to address educational needs of citizens. Uyo residents lament poor refuse management in the metropolis and call for urgent intervention. Plus, Chief Executive Officer of Nature Renaissance International presents 6 cars to his partners. Hello, welcome to NTAO News. My name is Emedi Ongumo. This broadcast is reaching you live on StarTimes Channel 103 and social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Some Uyo residents decry poor refuse management and disposal in some parts of the metropolis, calling on relevant authorities to evacuate the refuge which is affecting businesses and healthy living conditions in the area. Happiness Solomon, who visited some locations in Uyo, the state capital, filed in this report.
Speaking to some residents in Aka Itinan and Ipa Road, they expressed displeasure over the poor state of refuse and pollution and what it poses to the environment, especially after it rains. Tina Clement, a resident of Aka Itinan, also laments the indiscriminate dumping of refuse around thriving businesses in Idak Eyo market area.
When that is full, they will just dump those things out. So if the rain comes, just like, because that is what occupies.
People living in the environment does not want to hear when I'm telling them the place to dump their dumps, their waste bin, they are dumping on the wrong place.
They, however, called on the intervention of the state government to provide more receptacles along the roads while enforcing stiffer penalty to enhance adequate compliance from residents of the area on proper waste disposal.
When there is rain falling, all these roads will full with those being dirty, shit, every place is smelling, so people cannot occupy. They are making governor and keep like 2 or 3 just good so that we can put it, because when there is rain, this place nobody can move. The road is blocked. Even the water that the water is winting, the waste bin is blocking.
The whole road is messed up and all that, so keep the waste bin. Even if that thing could have been one like that, but let them be timing it to carry it from time to time. Or if they want to add more to that, it's still good that leaving it like that, because especially this raining season is not needed.
Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. Hence, the right approach by all and sundry to ensure a clean and healthy environment. Happiness Solomon, NTA News.
Residents of Ikot-Ekpene local government area have appealed to both the federal and state government to facilitate the rehabilitation of Calabar-Itu Road to reduce the suffering of the people and prices of foodstuff transported from Cross River State. Ruth Cosmas, who spoke with some residents of Ikot-Ekpene, reports that the price of gari is on the high side.
Gari, a common food item consumed by many families in Nigeria, is now costly in the market. This processed cassava, which contains carbohydrate, is one of the food items that is most affordable in Nigeria. In recent times, gari has become expensive and not affordable for low-income earners. A visit by NTA Uyo to Ikot-Ekpene local government area in Akwa Ibom State shows that people are lamenting on the high cost of gari.
Before some was 5 cups, 500, some was 6, but now it's 3 cups, 500.
We bought it 100 naira, bought it 70 naira in those days. Now 1 cup is 200, 150.
Some buyers attribute the high cost of gari in Ikot-Ekpene local government area to the recent removal of fuel subsidy and cattle grazing in some areas.
Some people are saying like all these cows, like Aboki people are doing, has destroyed everybody's farms.
Let them pause and put on, make things come down, or they better this fuel something. Let him come down, because before we can pay transport to come outside now, it's very hard for us. So when people are not coming outside, we cannot be tough for our business.
Dealers in gari business also lament low patronage.
Market is not moving fine. First, this is a schooling period.
Many parents are looping their money in buying student property. Then the second one is the high scarcity of fuel affect the market.
The problem for our life is transportation, because the transportation is now high. Even when somebody just finish school, it may be either to do office work, but he don't have that chance to do. He will run down to the business. Coming to the business becomes worse.
Nigerians in Akwa Ibom State are hoping that soonest stable food prices will stabilize with government intervention to ease the suffering of the masses. From Ikotekpene, Ruth Cosmos, NTA News.
There is need for additional 20,000 primary schools nationwide to be able to provide conducive learning environment for all Nigerian children. This was part of submissions of stakeholders at the Basic Education Boot Camp Summit held in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Kelvin Samuel reports.
Improving access to quality education for all children in Nigeria towards achieving SDG 4 is a theme of this summit organized by the Federal Ministry of Education. Stakeholders here have one thing in mind, which is seeking solutions to various setbacks affecting basic education across the country, such as lack of conducive learning environment, non-employment of qualified teachers, among others.
And without having effective teachers, the optimum number of teachers in the classrooms, in our schools, it will be very difficult for us to achieve the purposes for which we have established those schools.
As we strive to ensure that every child receives a quality education that lays the foundation for a prosperous future.
Brazil, because they're short of school buildings, they have several sessions running. So they have a morning school, an afternoon school, and then an early evening school. And that works for them.
Akwa Ibom State Governor Moeno, while decrying the level of decay in the education sector, assures that his administration will not leave anything to chance in enhancing basic education in the state.
It underscores our commitment and passion to get education right from the basic education stage, because we believe in the philosophy of catching them young from the cradle.
Paper presentations and panel discussions all geared towards finding lasting solutions to issues affecting basic education in the country featured prominently. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
The Vice Chancellor of the University of Uyo, Professor Njaudo Ndayo, is inviting the university, Senate staff, students, and the interested members of the public to the 94th inaugural lecture of the University of Uyo. The 94th inaugural lecture is entitled The Educational Psychologist, and Unsung Catalyst in a Dysfunctional Society will be delivered by Professor Imabong David Akpan, a professor of educational psychology, Department of Psychological Foundations of Education, Faculty of Education, University of Uyo. A statement signed by the Registrar and Secretary to Senate, Mrs. Blossom Okorie, indicates that the inaugural lecture will take place on Thursday, September 28, 2023 at the 1,000-seater capacity Ted Fon Auditorium, main campus of the university along Nwangiba Road by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All invited guests are expected to be seated in the lecture auditorium by 2:45 in the afternoon. Educationalists have called on parents to discourage their wards from the use of mobile phones and social media and focus their attention on books and other readable materials to revive their reading habits. Correspondent on a special assignment takes a look at ways to revive reading culture among the youths.
Reading culture is a learned practice of seeking information and knowledge through written words. However, educationists say it should not be limited to reading books for academic purposes. Rather, it should involve news, novels, or even articles on topic of interest. Lately, research shows that the reading trend, especially among the youth, is gradually wearing off. These stakeholders in the academia say there are several reasons behind the regrettable situation, which includes growing influence of electronic and social media as the people are fully inclined towards modern tools. thereby forgetting the pleasure of reading.
Yes, reading culture has dwindled because of advancement technology. You see that you can give a student an assignment to give you characteristics of living things, which you can just say Mr. Niger, movement, reproduction, and so on. You see a child browsing the phone.
Our reward systems, those who never went to school find themselves in positions that determine the realities of people, the fate of many people. And that makes it, it pushes education into the second fiddle.
Technologies now has made us so excited that we don't even want to read our books. We want to just do something fun and we just want to have fun, which is not really appropriate. Like we students, we should be able to read, and that's what is killing us now.
Others argued that the new digital revolution with its TV, cinema and digital media platforms have resulted in the dwindling habit of reading culture among the people. Educationists strongly advised parents and guardians to pay special attention to their words and discourage them from using ICT tools for playing games and watching cartoons.
So we really want to rekindle the reading culture in students through establishment of libraries, including public libraries at the local level. I know we have e-library, yes. That is Save Those in Uyo. And it is elitist.
Some also blame parents and teachers for lack of reading culture among youth.
Most of the times I've seen a lot of parents giving their children phones and letting them watch cartoons throughout like 24 hours. At least they should just help them by making them read and minimize the time of watching TV, pressing their phones.
Parents should be aware that it's not just all about phones, DSTV and movies that can keep the children busy, but other mental activities like reading ordinary books, construction, playing outside in the sun.
This generation really need it, and I don't know what to do on that issue, because now if we come in, we encourage them to learn. If they will create a special time for them, they can still sit back and do it.
A maxim says, readers are leaders. Hence, to be able to lead right, one must be exposed to the right information and knowledge, and this can be achieved through reading. Therefore, educationists insist that it is the duty of parents to deliberately revive the reading culture by reducing the activities of children on digital platforms, TV and cinemas, and replace it with books as it used to be.
So let all the 31 local government areas and even wards have community libraries. Let it be supplied with books to encourage children to read, and then avoid all these laziness, browsing at everything, using phone or computer, instead of getting facts from textbooks.
In Uyo, Christian Antese, NTA News.
The Chief Executive Officer of Nature Renaissance International Limited, Professor Clinton Odiagbe, has presented 6 cars to his business partners as part of his 51st birthday celebration in Uyo. John Paul Alumuna reports that the event brought together partners and distributors of the company from different parts of Nigeria.
The beneficiaries of the car gifts congratulated the celebrant on his birthday.
I feel very much excited for receiving a car award today. My heart is filled with joy. I bless the name of the Lord for his grace, his favor, bringing me to this level and to this point.
The company actually is a vision. It has come to save the people of Africa, Nigeria and Africa at large.
The celebrant, Professor Clinton Brown Odiagbe, explained that he founded Nature Renaissance International Limited to use African herbs to cure illnesses, considering the poor economy of many African nations, including Nigeria. He revealed that his herbal products cure many illnesses and it is certified by NAFDAC, hence its acceptance by the people.
We need to encourage industrialization. We need to encourage agriculture and food production. We need to fine-tune our African traditional medicines.
Many of the partners and distributors were recognized with silver, platinum, and diamond awards, while others were decorated for their outstanding contributions to the company.
because it picked me from nowhere. If I said from nowhere, it's not as if you don't have food to eat, but in a position his company keep me in now.
Naira is our company, this is our own. Thank God I say yes, I can today.
Just celebrated, look at my road gold, and what surprised me most, this early morning, guess what? The company splashed me with $500,000, qualified for award of this company, and it was really awesome.
High points of the event were cutting of the 51st anniversary cake, official presentation of the cards to the beneficiaries, and launching of Yes I Can project. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
In the spirit of the 36th anniversary of Akwa Ibom State, the Unity Schools Old Students Association, Akwa Ibom State Chapter, has put smiles on the faces of children at Mother Charles Walker Children's Home, Anwa Afot Uyo. Correspondent reports that their warm visitation is to give the children a sense of belonging. People are born into the world full of uncertainties, some with parents to cater for their needs, while others do not have caregivers. The orphanage home is a place where children without parents are given a hope for a bright future. Visits like this one by Unity Schools Old Students Association, Akwa Ibom State Chapter, is a source of hope for orphanages in this home. Expressing the love for the children, the visitors assured them that all hope is not lost as they will achieve God's purpose for their lives.
To mark the 36th anniversary of Akwa Ibom State, we, the Unity Schools Ex-Students Association, we are here to rejoice with these children, to give them a sense of belonging, that okay, we are celebrating. We are here the birth of our state. Today Akwa Ibom is 36, and we're here to show love with these children and to give them hope. And as our theme says, we are better together, so we all came together to say we love them and greater Akwa Ibom. To mark the state's 36th anniversary, we decided to visit the motherless the babies home here, to show them love, to tell them there's a greater tomorrow for them, better days ahead for them, and to tell them that they can actually fulfill destiny.
The children and the administrator of the home were joyous as they appreciate the gift items by Uso Sons.
We thank God that God is keeping us. Some of the children have entered university, some are in secondary school, and these little ones at home at this time. We want to thank God for the Unity School for coming to visit them.
On behalf of the Mother Charles Walker community, say thank you. May God bless you abundance in the mighty name. Amen.
Mother Charles Walker Children's Home is 15 years since its existence and housed 68 children. The visit to the home was to celebrate the 36th anniversary with them.
Stronger together.
In Uyo, Emediomo, NTA News. With that report, we come to the end of our bulletin this morning. To be a star, join NTA's campaign to stand against rape and rapists. Umedimo is standing by for a video translation. Do have a good day.
Bonowo etang ebo yakukara emane siak mu fong with primary yakiba 1000 erap tirut nyan. Bonowo kenkan ko kuye seme banga usong nanga area kadi kama metie urwang ambio kenkan kok uyo. Kamba kamando temu fautum Nature Renaissance International de memo titio ke anom bonowo kuyo. Akwa Ibom emesero anyang medu wemedi mo samson yai ko membok nyan sini no mo foku ba usenemi Etang abo kufon abaw kara irisiak ufong wit ame primary ayoko iba 1,000 kefat irut nyan man atureri kanino ntugoyen itie ye etin kan kok ubo ukbempo amieri ko ame mang wandai so wokikbaga ufong utum usem pombangan dutem ufong wit kirut nyan eketang nang ekeni agam bono ekoto basic education bootcamp summit kuyo Akwa Ibom State yaiko member komi Kembono ame ministry esegem kwa bangan luto mo fong wedeke tumo kikoy wood akedogo erirepe ndaga ufong wet no afat ntugo yan kirut nyan kerinie unen kendutam ekoto SDG 4 me kaman lutum ado ekeni ekikere eriye musong ngpan nyongtre mempo afanake anyongarom bakukut ono ikpege ufong wet kirut nyan ntu naitie ubo ukbempo una didat me ntien dikbe kutum korom mention sio mpomfen adai wuru kara Akwa Ibom State pastor moino nanga ketang iko abanga nanga mempakukut aba kikbege ufong wit anyema bu ke yu karimo esenifok ke riken bu ke pan me utobiong aseke ba kikbege ufong wit ke state army kemen sio ukbempo ekenero akire riye musong eriben uforo yenkori ndi kendutem ubo ukbempo kikbege ufong wit yeritre ubiyongo mbakukut yemfana abaga ke mikbege ufong wit kirut nyan mikuyo uwemedi mo Samson okombok NTA Adai wood ufogutu mediongo kente Nature Renaissance International Limited atai fiok Clayton odiabe ade memoti itio kere no ngombun nena mandubege ke ufogutu modo nte eno amenye benedara usen emanamo iswa aba medoboke nkori namado akeraritie mikuyo nkombono wo kemension si state kirut nyan emari wana yaiko membogomi kemmiko ametu musorodo aketanga ataifio Clayton Brown odiagbe ama abokimo ikisiak ufoguto meko to Renaissance International Limited kedi kama iboku kangan nkok mention sio udongo kekeneke nangam posong idagami kirut nyan yeke Afrika anye ama tangabo kiboksimo inam adunti bok ukangan ekoto African Herbal Products adu ibok ama kok mention sio udongo nko kenabdak emai noimo unyamme yangwet unen nko kedi bok afon nombuno wo kidem atai tieti kerinam adu mbuno wo ekebereke ye ufogutomoro emai bo meno ukpono kensio ikbage ekoto silver platinum ye diamond award kini usokake bogo eno ukpono kekene kenseni faka mo kerinam no ufogutomoro awarda anyongo krunen kerinam adonko emai gbekendo moyo eridaranye nte oyoko iswa aba me duoboke enyonga nongo mbono wo moto enyonga bere ndutom arinam adai koto Yes I Can project uwe medimo kendutom eridara usene mana Akwa Ibom State nka ndito ufong with Unity Schools ikbege ame Akwa Ibom State ema namisang eka ufok ubok ndito okpa mora Charles Walker ka anu afodu yo edikinam no mo eni yogi songta edisari mam yaiko mbogomi yogo
kuwamemi aba mbono wo emanakeri edikrete ye kammo metemmo enye enam ubyong utum ammo keri kama ndito mo mfon ndo sok mbono wo enye manari ini yerete yeka ado iniso mo anyongo sokofofon nko ari tieba eseke kama mbon mi ni yerete me kami ekoto orphanage home ke itiero kama mbon mi ni yerete me ka mfon enye nam ammo ediongo ke ami ikemeki kpana ammo mi ni yerete nyiso keri na mari dara ufaiswa Akwa Ibom State ebogo ekoto usosans ke ibibio emena misang ekese edwok ibonomi ndiene mana ngommo eno enyunge no mo idironyen ke iniso mo ayafon ammo ikikat enyunge kere si itepi no mo idagami keri na mado mi gbowo esere mkpo ebanga Mother Charles Walker Orphanage Home ema ekobine mesat ebanga se usosanzami enam ke edito yommo ke ufaiswa Akwa Ibom State adogomi enyunge boke mimo mini dorenyen ke ememe ba ke Akwa Ibom State ayasam mimo idem afrefet mbok anam yagari yongo ke orphanage homodo ke mo wak etieti miku yo emedi omo kombok NTA
Akwa Ibom ntembok nyan ko bakan senemi atre ro nyang meru wemedi mo Samson eso songa kan pangutong tutun nubreyo